Okay, I think I'm at the east side of Battery Brannan, on the north side of Artillery Hill, Fort Worden State Park, Port Townsend, Washington. Before I go into the battery, I want to go back in this little observation room here. Can't remember the name of the room. I call it George. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the heck. Cool little hole back there. Sliding window door. Excuse me. I had a huge breakfast today. I don't even think I'm gonna have lunch. That's kind of the idea. Have a huge breakfast so I can just go non-stop until the place closes. Unfortunately, it took them 13 minutes to fix my parking pass. So there's 13 minutes down the tube. But anyway. There's a cool little room here. Notice the floor is nice and flat, except for a little storm drain there. Yeah, a couple feet down, no big deal. But yeah, so some of these batteries up here, they have very uneven floors with serious trip hazards. But this one's relatively safe. I sometimes think about, okay, if you were in a wheelchair or something, what would be a good place to explore? Obviously these doors are too narrow for a wheelchair, but overall, this place would be relatively safe. It's got some paved trails, basically roads, abandoned roads you could wheel around. Okay, look at this ladder here. I'm not making this up. Okay, so the ceiling here is probably 10 feet tall. Now look at this, if you dare. That's like seriously 50 feet tall. I can see the top, I can see natural light. I don't think my camera's picking it up. So just take my word for it. It's there. Wow. I can definitely see teenagers like having races, see who can go up there the fastest. Notice there's moths everywhere. There's moths in the corner. There's moths clumped on that steel horizontal beam. Not sure what they call it, besides support beam. I was watching a TV show explaining how steel and concrete are opposites. It's like concrete, you can compress it. Steel, you can try to stretch it. So when you mix steel and concrete, then you can do pretty much anything with it. All right, so here we go. Notice the 3 rails, I-beam but curvy shaped rails on the top. The floor itself is nice and flat here. Now around the corner on the other side, there was a bat. I think it's dead. I'm gonna lower the light, dim the light, so I can look at it close up for a couple seconds. When I leave today, if the ranger station is still open, I'll ask them if they knew about it. So check it out. Notice on the left side, the steel rail is missing from the ceiling. It's down here on the floor. Huh. Looks like somebody tried to do a pull-up. Just kidding. I don't know how that happened. I wasn't here. But it made a loud noise if it literally fell down. Notice the electrical conduits and stuff. Yeah, tricky. Notice in here, there are no cubby holes on the side. I was just on the west side of Battery Brannan, and it had cubby holes on both sides made of wood. I'd never seen that before. That was really cool. Okay, so around this corner, there is a bat. So I'm gonna dim the light, and then that way I can kind of look close up without hopefully waking it up. Okay, this is the lowest setting of my camera. The bat looks nice and fat, but I don't know, it's colored funny. Okay, interesting. Hopefully it's okay. Interesting. I know when my flashlight's at the dimmest setting, it makes the video flicker, but I wanted to try to protect the bat while, actually getting to look at it too. What I should do, carry a tripod so I could just do a long exposure with really dim light, get a picture of it. But I don't have a zoom lens or anything, so yeah, I need to get a camera with a zoom lens. That's on my to-do list. Okay, this is the latrine. I could tell because it's got the holes in the floor where the toilets would have been installed. other plumbing in here, wash basin or whatever. All right, so there we are. I think this is the end of the south side of Artillery Hill, Fort Worden.